Okay. Hola, ¿cómo estás? Oh, I'm so hoarse. It's not even a game. I'm sitting here with my glorious mother and all of her glory, honey. Today was Juma, so she just came from Juma. She said she's taking time out of her busy, extremely busy schedule to sit here with me and you guys to really just clock to see where she simply needs to be clocked. How are you feeling about what's been going on?
Really, I'm really very disappointed.
Mm-hmm.
I really know that you have wonderful fans,
Mm-hmm.
wonderful supporters, and I don't know if they know all the work it takes that you're putting into what it is that you do. You are working on a weekly basis, and you're really giving the best of yourself. And the thing is that to ask for somebody to just retweet, I don't really see why that's so hard. They do it for other things. If they go see a movie, they share that movie with other people. They tell other people, oh, that was a really good movie, you should go see it. Mm-hmm. If they go to a certain restaurant, all that, oh, I really enjoyed that restaurant. They share that with other people.
Right.
And so, a lot of times I look at what your supporters have said, how you have affected their lives and the things that they have been blessed as a result of the work that you've done.
Mm-hmm.
And to ask if you could retweet it, and then for the kind of response that we've gotten, is just, I really was very surprised and very disappointed that,
that was what kind of the response. Well, the thing is, there's definitely, to be fair, there's definitely girls that, and when I say girls, I mean men and women, you know how I talk. But there's definitely the girls that come through and represent. When they say they support me, whenever I say, listen, here's what you can do, that's very minimal, but will have a huge impact if we were to mobilize and actually get this done. Here's what you can do. And the thing about it is, like, one of the support, and when I say supporters, I'm using that term very loosely because, as I was telling you earlier off camera, Miss Thing, I know when I'm in the presence of a Judas, and I'm not going to sit here and be convinced by these girls because, like I told you, this is not my first time at the rodeo, Miss Thing. And at the end of the day, I know when I'm in the presence of someone that's claiming to be my supporter, but then the first moment that they get the opportunity where I make myself vulnerable and they think that I'm at a weak point in my life, or they think that it's an opportunity for them to kind of come in, they take that moment to kick my back in. I'm like, well, how are you going to call yourself a supporter when every chance you get, you're kicking my back in? That's not, to me, a supporter.
It sure isn't.
You understand what I'm saying? That one girl going to kick in talking about what she said. She was like, oh, well, seemed to me like she said, seems to me like you are being belligerent to your supporters in the comments, and that you need humility and all of this. And I'm like, first of all, it's so funny that she uses the term humility, because one thing you don't know is for years, and I'm glad you're here because you can speak for yourself, but I'm just going to set the stage, for years, and that's not me exaggerating the point, but for years my mom has been saying, Quadir, you need to actually, with all the things you bring to the table, there's no reason why you should be struggling financially. There's no reason why you shouldn't be further along. You need to start asking your supporters to actually, girl, can you buy this? Can you do this? Can you do that? And I'm the one who's like, well, no. I just want them to enjoy it. It's not about the money. It's not about the money. Is that true or false?
That's absolutely true. And the thing is that you enjoy what you do, but you have to be able to make money from what it is that you do.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, Michael Jordan enjoyed playing basketball,
right?
But he wouldn't do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce, she may enjoy being out there entertaining, but she's not doing it for free.
Hello.
So all of these different people, it doesn't make any difference what it is that they're doing. They might be sharing their talents, their abilities. They might be doing poetry. They may be singing, sewing, or whatever it is.
But
they can't do it for free.
Mm-hmm.
The thing is that we all have expenses that we have to take care of. And how do we take care of those expenses? We give a service, and when we give that service, people give money in exchange for that service.
Right.
And what I'm saying is that you have been very creative. I mean, you've been really creative with all the supporters that you have. I can't, that's one of my goals. Right. My goals is to really help you learn how to monetize what it is that you do.
Right.
Because you're a very talented, creative person. You have many skills, talents, and abilities. And, you really shouldn't be having such a difficult time right now. Because you've been doing it for a minute. But you've got to learn how to monetize.
And you've been telling me that literally for years.
Yes,
this is not something that she just woke up and said, I think you should do. This is something she's been saying from the get-go, and something that we used to have spirited debates about this.
Right, absolutely. The thing is that, my perspective is that you've got to, the reality is we have to have money to do the things we have to do. And every time I would kind of bring it up, it's like, he didn't really want to know. It's not all about the money. Like, no, it's not all about
Child.
the money, but you've got to make money in order for you to be able to survive and live.
People have become so used to me just doing things like, okay, you know, and not really promoting myself and not really pushing things to the forefront. Like, listen, this is what I do and this is what I do well. If you like it, can you do so forth and so on, to the point where someone gonna tell me, oh, don't ask us to retweet. Let us retweet when we want. Let us retweet when we feel it organically. And I'm thinking to myself, do you think that Robert Downey Jr., when he did Iron Man 3, is going to leave it to chance? Or is he going to go to every outlet that he can to do interviews to promote that movie and ask his fans, his supporters, the people who enjoy what he does, to say, listen, this is a family movie. Bring the family out to watch the movie. Get your tickets now. They're going to go fast, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
Absolutely.
And I'm like, if it's okay for him to do that, and ain't nobody questioning him and his integrity, or why is he doing interviews on Dave Letterman to ask us to get tickets to promote this movie? Why is it so unheard of, or why are people so floored that I would say, listen, and then the one girl gonna tell me, don't blame us for your non-success. And that really kind of took me back, because I'm thinking to myself, listen, if I touched only one life, that would be a success. If somebody's life was genuinely changed by what I do, that would be a success. But my whole conversation is to sit here and try to mitigate my successes. First of all, the whole point of that video was not to talk about my success or non-success. What it was to talk about is the fact, because I've been a success. That's not debatable.
Absolutely.
That's not a debate. That wasn't what the video was about. What the video was about is, I'm here. What can we do to take it here?
Right.
Not, I'm not a success and I want to be a success. It is, we're here. Let's take it here. This is what we can do to get there.
Right. Absolutely.
So for her to do that, that's another thing when I say that's her trying to rally support and trying to paint a picture that is not true. It's not a true depiction of what's taking place. And it really kind of bothered me, because my thing is, if you really felt some type of way, as a true supporter, pull me to the side.
Absolutely. And the thing is that really in business, you can't be a success without providing service to the people.
Right.
And your service can come in so many different forms.
Right.
You know, I mean, you look at comedians. You know, you might say, oh, they're not giving a service, but they're providing entertainment. And I feel that you are one of the most entertaining people that I know of. You're funnier than most comedians that are out there who are making the big bucks. And so what I'm saying is that they're able to get on YouTube and they're getting that all for free.
Right.
You're not getting really any money, you know, from that.
And
And what I'm saying is that, you know, they don't have a problem going to buy a movie ticket, or to go see a comedian, or to go to see Beyonce or one of the other movie stars or singers or whatever. So why is it? I mean,
and to do something that's for free, it's like really blowing my mind. But
just for you to retweet it. I mean, to me, it's like, can you please retweet it if you liked it? And you didn't even say retweet it automatically if you like what you heard.
Right. If you felt like you received the benefit, and there's people that could potentially benefit the way you did, then retweet. And a lot of people got hung up because I said in the video, you know, don't be selfish, spread the wealth, you know, pay it forward, etc. And everybody got caught up in me saying selfish. And something that I thought was making light of an otherwise heavy issue, because this is me talking about my life, so it is a heavy topic for me, at least. It may not be important to some of the viewers, but for me it is very important, because this is my life. So at the end of the day, it was something that I felt needed to be said. And the thing about it too, the girl she said to me, and I want to sidebar real quick, and I hope don't forget the other point, because you know I'm ADHD, you know what I do. But the one girl gonna say to me, well, how she said it? She said, for you to presume that you are all of that. One thing about it, I'm not presuming that I'm all of that. I already know what I bring to the table. So to presume something is to not really be aware of what you're bringing. Like you're presuming, and maybe you are bringing it, maybe you're not. No, I am bringing it. I think I've more than proven that I can do on a consistent basis what it is that I do. And that I'm not a one-trick pony, honey, Miss Thing. I sing, I rap, I songwrite, I do commentaries, I do skits, I do storytelling. It's not that I do one thing. I do many things, and I do many things well. So to presume, what are we presuming? I think the proof is in the pudding. That's not a debate. But she's making it seem like I didn't just take what the people said and regurgitate it. Was it me that said that I was all of that, or was it you? You understand what I'm saying? All I did was say, wait a minute, if you're saying that I'm all of that, retweet. If you're saying you want to take me to the next level, or if you're saying that I should have more views, retweet. Did I make that up, or did you say that? This is what I pulled directly from the comments.
Right, absolutely.
So why is it that suddenly now she said to me, you're coming off as arrogant and you self-centered. And I'm thinking, so for me to say I need your help. I cannot do this alone. Is arrogant of me, or is that me humbling myself to say I can't do it alone?
Absolutely. How is that arrogance?
Right.
Arrogance is I can do it on my own. I don't need your help.
Right.
You know.
Regardless of what you think, I'm going to get views regardless. I spend my time, you know this better than anyone else. I will stay up hours and hours and hours responding to comments.
Absolutely.
I mean, and
all
so
night long.
all night long, when I used to do my, because you know I'm about to get back into my live broadcast, but you remember there were times where I would be on that thing for hours, hours, talking to my supporters. What's up, playing games, watching movies, whatever.
And try doing that with Beyonce. They have accessibility to you. I mean, you truly, really love your supporters.
Right.
And you are there for them, taking the time to answer your, you know, the feedback that people give and comments, and you're giving comments. That's just really showing your love for your supporters. And so, I mean,
for her to then turn around and say that I am arrogant, I'm like, just because is she gonna say because the way that I'm responding to the comments? But I'm thinking to myself, so it's okay for them to give me these backhanded compliments, being very passive aggressive, trying to snatch my wig. I'm like, no. One thing about it, if you know anything about me, I'm not going to sit up here and take it laying down. If you're going to attack me, girl, I will defend myself. But at the end of the day, I'm not going to give you more than you deserve. I have never blocked a person that did not deserve to be blocked. I have never read a person that did not deserve that reading. At the end of the day, anybody that was read had it coming. One girl left in the comments, oh, we can promote you if you pay us, no free advertisements. What did you think about when I told you that? Right?
That was really, really, I mean, for them to say that, it's just really ridiculous. It's really just, she's sharing, really, the thing that you said about selfish, really, the thing is that when people enjoy something,
right,
they truly enjoy it. Just sharing it with other people who might also enjoy it.
Right.
That's just a natural thing. It's like I say, going to a restaurant, you share that with someone.
Right.
I mean, that's just sharing.
Mm-hmm.
And then while they share that is, you know, making that person feel better, and it's also helping you too.
Right.
So,
and everyone benefited because at the end of the day,
that's a win-win.
That's a win-win-win because three people win-win-win, and whoever, you know. But I mean, the thing about it is, people are really just really, and it's hard for me to have a conversation sometimes because I know that I'm very articulate in what it is that I'm saying. So when I feel that it's a simple message, but you couldn't even too much be bothered to hear what I'm saying, and then the girls that want to say, oh, we don't have anything to prove to you. We don't need to retweet and do this to prove that we like you. And I'm thinking to myself, well, that's funny to me because here's the reality from my perspective, Mommy. My way of thinking is I've been doing this since I was 17. I'm 24. I've been doing this nearly a decade. And at the end of the day, my way of thinking, if there was anybody in the equation that has nothing to prove, it ought to be me. Because here again, I think that I've more than proven myself that I have these abilities to do this.
You had staying power.
Right. Yet and still, how many nights have you heard me come to you and say, I think I want to do this because I think my supporters will like this type of video. I think they'll like this type of video. And I'm thinking to myself, if you're going to sit here and tell me that you have nothing to prove to me, then why am I going out of my way, a person that's already proven themselves, to prove to you that I'm worthy of your support and that I'm here and I'm here? Like, why am I going out of my way to prove myself to you if you feel that you have nothing to prove to me? What are we really doing here if that's the position we're going to take?
Well, you know something, I think that it's got to be a symbiotic relationship.
Of course, I agree.
You're sharing your gifts and talents, and them sharing you with other people is just benefiting you and benefiting the person that they're sharing it with.
Yeah. You know? And I mean, it's just really...
It's not like they're sharing something that's not of value.
Right, it's not like the girl going to say to me, the guy, a couple people said to me, well, the reason why I don't show your videos is because the newer videos are not funny to me. They're not good.
So why are they watching if they're not funny?
Right, why are you watching, number one?
If they're not funny and they're not good. Yeah, you had to watch it to know that.
This guy had the nerve to email me and tell me, he literally emailed me, trying to be cute. And after he tried to read me, after he tried to throw shade in the comments, and I kind of let him have it, I can't remember what it was I said to him, but I know I said something slick, because he came at me slick. So then he going to email me privately, which is what he should have did to begin with, going to say to me, oh, don't try to shade me and then be nice or whatever. He was like joking around like that's supposed to make me feel good about the situation. So I was like, okay, I don't really care what you got to say. But then he going to kick in with this conversation about, oh, well, if you want us to retweet, then give us this type of video and that type of video. He was like, but these videos that you be making about all these uplifting videos that you're making are not the tea. You need to give us more videos with wigs and stuff like that. And I'm like, see, this is not a supporter. Someone that's going to tell me there are people around the world that have emailed me and telling me that changed their life. I needed to hear this message. You were talking directly to me. For someone to tell me, oh, that is irrelevant. Don't do that, do this. How is that a person that's going to say they love you when they're not gonna. They want to keep you. It's like a tree.
They want to keep you in a box.
They want to keep you in a box. It's like a tree. A tree, maybe when it first started out, needed a small pot, but as it were to grow, it needs to expand, and those roots need to grow. To sit here and expect me to stay, to just give you wigs and stuff that I was giving you when I was 17, then you're not a person that really wants to see me expand. You can say whatever you want. You can say however you want to say till the day is long, how much you love and support me, want to see me grow. But if you're going to come out of your mouth and tell me that you want to keep me here, then you're not a person that really wants to see me expand, because keeping me here is not going to expand me. That's going to keep me here. And then another thing, in terms of them calling me selfish, is what they said too. Let me just say this real quick, and then I'll let you go, because I know you have a busy schedule. But one thing about it, Mommy, you know, and some of my supporters know, but I had a crippling fear of driving. Is this true or false?
Absolutely.
It took me years before I was able to actually, before I had the courage to get my permit and actually have my mom teach me.
Right.
If you can recall.
Right. Once you actually made up your mind to do it.
Then I was like, okay, I'm going to do it.
And once you made up your mind to do it, it didn't really take that long to get it done.
But I had to get over.
It was making up your mind, overcoming that fear.
Right.
And driving in traffic.
Oh my God. But the funny thing is, my mom definitely was my godsend in that, because let me just give you a little bit of background before I make my point. Before she started teaching me how to drive, there was a parking lot. Remember? There was a parking lot. And I wanted to go there because I was like, I was just like, I don't want to be in a situation where I have the potential to run into anyone's car. I don't want to have potential to hit anyone, whatever. I want to go to the parking lot. But long story short, by the time we got around to it, they had locked it off.
Right. Couldn't get to it.
We couldn't get to it. So my mom was like, well, Quadra, no tea, no shade. You need to just do this in the neighborhood, and we need to just get the ball rolling. So it took so much, and I think we had a spirited debate about that even, because I was like, no, you don't understand where I'm coming from. You just don't understand. So long story short, needless to say, I did it, and I got over that fear. Fast forward, drove from Atlanta to Tampa to Arizona, Arizona to Cali by myself. Well, I drove from Georgia to Tampa with Miss Michelle,
but he didn't do any driving, though.
She didn't do any driving, but the bottom line of the matter is, the point is, essentially, I did it all on my own. And not even essentially, I did it all on my own. And the point is, you have to keep in mind that only a few months before I had a crippling fear of driving, much less driving cross country. Okay, fast forward, I get to California, my laptop is still, my camera comes up missing, and my car is totaled. Now, I gave my word and said that I was going to bring these videos every Thursday, and since that time, I have never missed a date. And not only have I never missed a date, but I've also done bonus videos on top of the scheduled Thursday video. My point is, for you to call me selfish when all I do is rack my brains on how I can entertain you. And even when I didn't feel like bringing my black behind on this camera to do a video because I was feeling sorry for myself, whatever the case may be, I still found the energy because I gave my word out of respect for you. Something when I got into that car accident, I could have lost my life that night. You understand what I'm saying? Thank God I was able to walk away, but that could have easily went to the left. My car careened, flipped over, and went into the into the entrance of the highway. That could have went a million different ways. Maybe I wouldn't have died, but maybe I could have. Who knows? I don't want to think about it. But the point is, even with and with all the drama, we don't need to go into it. But in California, like I know what was taking place with the girls that I was dealing with all the drama that you guys are not privy to. I still said, I told them Thursday I'm going to show up on Thursday. So for girls to come out of their mouth and tell me that I'm selfish and that I don't appreciate them, oh, well, you don't appreciate us and it's a slap in our face to say this and to say that. I'm like, whereas I was joking before when I said, don't be selfish, spread the wealth. Now I'm starting to see who my real supporters are, from the girls that are just here to catch their life for a couple of minutes, because a person that is really for me would have taken that what it needs to be taken for. But to take it out of context and say that I'm selfish when all I do is rack my brain to find ways of entertaining you, it's like, you know what, I'm not here for that. I simply will not be moved, because at the end of the day, I'm not amused. And I know what I bring to the table. You know what I bring to the table because you're actually here and you see the process behind the scenes. All they see is the finished product on YouTube. Oh, it's so easy for him. He just gets on and does this. But girl, it's a lot of thought that goes into these videos.
And a lot of editing, going back and, reshooting it if you didn't like it.
Right. So here it is. I'm going out of my way to figure out what I can do for you to entertain you. But now, suddenly I'm asking you, here's what you can do for me. Actually, when you ask me what you can do for me, what can we do? Well, you should have more views. I'm the one who you asked me.
Right.
And all I'm doing is telling you what you can do. And suddenly now I'm arrogant and I'm selfish and it's a slap in your face. It's like, people need to get real. You really do need to get real and understand, like you just said, that I love what I do, but let's just face the facts. I'm a grown man, and I need to make a living. And if I can't do it through YouTube, don't get me wrong, I'm going to still do my videos. But honey, Miss Thing, I will be doing the stand-up comedy.
I can't wait. I know you're going to be amazing.
Thank you, Mommy. That being said, to the girls that support me and understand where I was coming from, I thank you. Words cannot express. It's beyond words, my love for you guys, because what you guys provide to me, the girls that are really there for me, is invaluable. There's no price tag that can be put on what you guys do for me. I love you and I appreciate you and respect you. And I think this much is true. I think this much has been proven by me coming to you guys and doing what I do, because one thing about it is, the truth of the matter is, I said I would do a video every Thursday, but who's to say me coming on camera farting and saying thumbs up, that could be a video. You understand where I'm coming from? So my thing is, I respect you enough to actually put thought into it to see how I can entertain you to where either you'll laugh, it'll make you think, it'll add value to your life on some way or another, it'll make you dance through my music, whatever the case may be, I'm putting thought into it. So if I can do that, I don't think it's too much to expect for my supporters to arrive on the scene and snatch wigs for dear life. If that's what you call yourself to be as a supporter, because if I can't call on my supporters for support, then you're not a supporter. That being said, I want to thank you for coming, Mommy, and really taking the time, because I know your schedule is like really hectic.
Well, I just want to just say that Quadir, my son, and I'm not saying it because he's my son, he is absolutely an amazing, wonderfully funny, talented person. And I know that he's going to be successful. It might be a little bit challenging right here and now, but he's going to be successful, and all those supporters who were there for him, do the ups and the downs, the backs and the forths, you know, in advance. I want to say I thank you for being there for him. And inshallah, I know with every fiber in my soul, with every cell in my body, my son is going to be success. And so you could be a part of that. You could be a part of his success by just doing something simple as retweeting. That's not hard. That's very easy. You do it for people who really actually don't need it. And so you could actually do it to help him. And then at some point, he's not going to need it either. And then you'll be willing to do it. You know what I'm saying? But right now, he can use your support.
Yes,
and to retweet, that's a simple thing to do.
So let me just give you some love. Thank you, Mommy. I love you.
I love you too, sweetie.
And on that note, I love you down to my supporters that have my back and rock with me. Thank you so much. Again, words cannot express the gratitude and the appreciation that I have for you. And I know that it is reciprocated. I know that you respect what I do just the same way as I respect you. So that being said, I love you. Until next time, God willing, I will see you then. Bye.